Greetings everyone. Well, in my recent video where I was kind of doing my little assessment of 2011 and looking ahead to 2012, one of the things I mentioned was that 2012 is a year in which I would like to get caught up on a lot of the big notable movies that I've been missing for ages. Missing, of course, because I'd been focusing on other aspects of my collection, so I kind of pushed movies to the side while I focused on TV shows and cartoons and things like that. Well, this year I'd like to get caught up on movies. Lots and lots of movies. There's so many movies that I've missed out on. And well, there was one big set of movies in particular that a lot of you have been asking me about over and over and over again. In particular, given that one of the big focuses of my collection recently, things that I've been looking to add to it, is Marvel stuff. All of you have been asking me, have you seen these particular movies? And if not, why not? Why are you only watching the crappy ones? Why aren't you watching the good ones? Well, there's not really any other way to introduce it other than to do it like this. Iron Man, The Incredible Hulk, Iron Man 2, Thor, and thanks to Joker colors, Captain America. The Big Five, all the Avengers setup movies. I have them all now, I've seen them all now, and that's what we're going to talk about today on the Multimedia Chronicles. Welcome back. Wow, what a great marathon that was. I, of course, got Captain America first, thanks to Joker Colors and the package he sent a little while ago. And a lot of you were saying, like, oh no, you can go ahead and watch Captain America, but then others were saying, no, you gotta watch the other ones first. And then some were saying, like, watch the two Iron Man movies first, and then Incredible Hulk and the others. Basically, what my plan was all along was just to watch them in the order that they were originally released. And then, as I'm doing that, pick up on the connections between them. And what can I say except, boy, am I ever glad I waited, because now I was able to sit down and marathon all 5 of them over the course of like 3 days and check out a whole pile of the extras as well. I should mention Thor and Captain America both have shorts featuring that SHIELD agent guy, Agent Coulson, I think his name is, and kind of have little stories that take place in between some of the movies, which is kind of fun. But yeah, wow, what a great marathon. And watching all 5 of them basically back to back, I most definitely picked up on all the little connections between them. And before anyone asks, yes, I skipped ahead to the end of the credits on all 5 of them to see what, if anything, was there at the end of the credits. And actually there was stuff after the credits on all of them, except for The Incredible Hulk. The Incredible Hulk put the what was originally going to be the post-credits sequence just as the final scene of the movie prior to the credits rolling. I don't know why they did it differently in that one and did it with stuff after the credits and all the others, but whatever. Alrighty, so let's take a look at each one. This is, I guess, mostly a Blu-ray update. Oh, I almost said DVD. Mostly a Blu-ray update, but also kind of my take on the films, I guess. So here, of course, just getting a close look here, I did make sure to get the 2-disc edition of Iron Man, which is the one everybody was saying to get because it's the one with all the extras. And, well, it definitely has a lot of extras. I haven't even come close to watching all the extras on these, but there we go. So we got movie and special features. Very cool. But I did kind of skim a few things here and there just to check them out. Here we got Iron Man and instructions on how to get the most out of some of the interactive bonus features and keep your firmware up to date. Very cool. One of the reasons I put these off for so bloody long was because I was kind of waiting for a sale, and sadly I don't see these movies go on sale very often. I think the lowest I've ever seen them go for is about 20-25 bucks. Yeah, so I essentially paid full price for all 4 of these, except for the Captain America one, obviously, which I got as a gift from a viewer. But I was just tired of waiting, so I thought, you know what, I'm just going to take $100 and get them all and be done with it. So that's what I did. So okay, so Iron Man, which honestly I still say is the best of the bunch. I kind of got to go with the crowd on this one. I think this is the best of the 5 so far. Robert Downey Jr. was just so fantastic as Tony Stark. The funny thing is, I'm not even that big of an Iron Man fan, like of the character. I do have the animated series, the 90s animated series, and I've watched most of it, and like that one a lot. In particular, the second season. The second season is way better than the first for the 90s cartoon. But I was never a big Iron Man fan and couldn't really get the appeal. But then, after watching the movie, I have an interest now in checking out a lot of the old Iron Man comics that I haven't read before. I am familiar with the origins of the character. I used to read up a lot. There was a lot of stuff published in the 80s about the origins of Marvel Comics and whatnot. And I have read some of the original stories, or at least encapsulated versions of the original stories, or flashback versions, whatever. So I'm not unfamiliar with the the main pantheon of Marvel characters. But Iron Man was one that I just never really got particularly into. I thought he had an interesting enough origin story. The character didn't grab me, but after watching the movie, I consider myself grabbed. So let's see. For special features here on Disc 1, we have the feature film, a couple of Blu-ray exclusives. We've got the Hall of Armor and BD Live Iron Man IQ. No idea what those are. I'm guessing the Hall of Armor basically is just a spotlight on the armor and such. I remember from the cartoon, the Hall of Armor figured in quite heavily, and the cartoon, I guess, is much later era, like long after Iron Man's been around for years, and he has just this cavernous Hall of Armor of all these different types of armor and stuff. And it's really cool. It's kind of interesting because I think in the second Iron Man you kind of see the beginnings of that, where you've got the Hall of Armor with the all the suits that we've seen in the movie, in both movies up to that point. And I kind of got a bit of a goofy grin when I saw it. I was like, it's the beginnings of the Hall of Armor. Awesome. So anyway, we also have the Invincible Iron Man and deleted and extended scenes, both in high definition. On Disc 2, we have I Am Iron Man, a 7-part making-of documentary in high def. Wired, the visual effects of Iron Man in high def. Robert Downey Jr.'s screen test in high def. It's not often you see screen tests in high def. The actor's process in high def. Still galleries, and more. So yeah, there is another edition of this, which is just the single disc edition, which I'm guessing is just all the content from Disc 1. Definitely pick up the 2-disc edition. It's the one with just the close-up of Iron Man, it's this one right here. Get the one that looks like this, and you'll have the 2-disc edition, because that's definitely a meaty selection of extras. Then next up, of course, we have the Incredible Hulk in a green Blu-ray case, no less. All Incredible Hulk releases should be in green cases, no exception. Just the way it is. Same with Green Lantern. So this one is pretty straightforward. It's actually a single disc edition. I believe it did originally come with a slipcover, which sadly I do not have. Same with Iron Man. I know I've seen the DVD version with the slipcover all the time, but I just waited too long, and basically you're lucky if you find the slipcover. So just a nice single disc edition. And then we have an insert here with the Blu-ray Disc User Guide. How to use your Blu-ray disc. Yes, there we go. And it basically just gives you instructions on how to use some of the interactive features and extras and stuff like that. And in terms of extras, we have My Chat. Get connected with BD Live and chat with other My Chat users while you were watching the movie. You may remember one of the original HD rants where I talked about that, how you could talk to and chat with other people as you're watching the movie. Yeah, well, you know what? My friends and I do that with Skype. We'll both put on our movies and we'll watch them together and chat about it via Skype. But I guess with My Chat, that kind of thing, it allows you to pause and stuff, and I don't know, whatever. Anyway, Blu-ray exclusive, You Control. Enjoy interactive features while you are watching the movie. And the You Control features are the comic book gallery. From comic book to screen, view the original images that inspired shots in the movie. Ooh, that actually sounds pretty cool. I should totally check it out with that. Thunderbolt files. Dig into this dossier on the characters, locations, and events as you watch the movie. Cool. And it has like a map feature. You can probably see on the back there. It has like a map that kind of gives you the locations and whatnot, what's going on. And high def features, we've got an animated comic, I watched the animated comic, actually. It's pretty interesting, and it's, again, a moment directly from the comics that directly inspired one of the scenes in the movie. Picture-in-picture, alternate opening, the making of Incredible, becoming the Hulk, becoming the Abomination, anatomy of a Hulk out, and scene explorer. And then additional features, which I'm guessing are not in high def, deleted scenes, and feature commentary with director Louis Leterrier and Tim Roth. Very, very cool. Now, what did I think of the movie? I actually enjoyed this one a lot. One of the things I found entertaining about it, being a huge fan of... can you see it up there? Yeah, you can see the complete set of the 80s show up there. Being a huge fan of the old 80s show, I was actually kind of giddy with joy to see that that's where this particular film version of the Hulk took the majority of its inspiration. I mean, even from the opening scene, you see him in the gamma radiation, like mechanized chair that's like right out of the TV show, and they even do like the crosshairs on his face and stuff. It's like right out of the TV show. That's one sort of alteration to the origin story that I never really minded because I thought it really worked well. Now they altered it yet again in the film, but they didn't dwell on it. They just kind of give you the origin story as the titles are playing out, and then they get right into the action and stuff like that. And I thought Ed Norton was fine as Bruce Banner. There was just tons of little nods to the TV show. Like when he does the "Don't make me angry" line, he does it in Portuguese, but he's still learning Portuguese. He doesn't quite have the vocabulary right. And he says to the guy, "Don't make me hungry. You won't like me when I'm hungry." So I got a bit of a snicker out of that. And there's a lot of other little moments in there too. Really, for sharp-eyed fans, I think The Incredible Hulk is just a whole bunch of fan wank, you know, because there's scenes and shots and moments taken directly, almost verbatim, out of the comics. And then there's a lot of aspects from the 80s TV show which are brought into it as well, which I think we can all agree the 80s TV show is probably one of the most popular and widely recognized versions of the Incredible Hulk story, more so than the comics and the just talking about the the mass public consciousness. I mean, not everybody out there has read the comics, but most people have seen at least an episode or two of the show. So yeah. Anyway, enjoyed it a lot. Then we have Iron Man 2, which I did get with the slipcover, and a nice shiny slipcover it is too. So there you go. Let's slide that sucker out. So this is also a 2-disc. Oh no, actually it's a 3-disc set, but one of them is the DVD edition. So it's actually 2 discs. You've got the movie and some special features, more special features, both Blu-ray discs, and then the DVD version there, which also has the digital copy, I believe. And then the insert. There you go, just a copy of the cover. And just info about the long-expired digital copy. So then in terms of special features here, we've got a 3-disc combo pack. We have Disc 1, the Blu-ray feature film plus special features. S.H.I.E.L.D. Data Vault, an in-depth look at the Marvel Cinematic Universe in HD. So that basically gives you sort of a summary to date, as of Iron Man 2, of all the connections between the movies thus far. Commentary by director Jon Favreau, and more, whatever that is. Disc 2, Blu-ray special features. You've got Ultimate Iron Man, 4-part making of documentary in high def. 6 behind-the-scenes featurettes, including creating the Stark Expo and the origins of Black Widow and War Machine in high def. 8 deleted scenes in high def, and more. Again, that mysterious more. And finally, Disc 3, you've got the feature film on DVD plus the digital copy. And there you go. A lot of people weren't as enthralled with Iron Man 2. Honestly, I don't really get that. Yeah, I think Iron Man 1 is the better film, but I enjoyed Iron Man 2. The biggest complaint I've seen people make is that Mickey Rourke's character didn't really get enough to do, and I kind of agree with that, because I thought he was a good, properly menacing villain and really needed more screen time. I didn't have a problem with, what's his face? Sam Rockwell as the, look at this big honking sticker on there, and that is a bitch to get off too, so I'm gonna have to play around with that a bit to get it off of there. Anyway, having Sam Rockwell sort of as the primary conniving villain, yeah, whatever, he was fine. The main thing I enjoyed about it was just seeing more of Tony Stark being Tony Stark. I saw, there's a bit of a little nod to the alcoholism that, of course, he suffered in the comics, which wasn't so much alcoholic in this, but he was definitely a party animal, doing things that weren't so good for him. And I liked that they had that aspect in there. Yeah, I enjoyed it. I thought it was fun. I had a good time with it, so I don't get what all the problem is. Okay, then we come to Thor. So we're getting really recent, really fast. This is the Blu-ray, or sorry, the Best Buy Blu-ray, which has the Journey into Mystery cover. There was a big honkin' sticker on here, which thankfully was really easy to remove and didn't damage the slipcover at all. But yeah, so this is the cover of Journey into Mystery #1, the original, or number 83, the original first appearance of Thor in Marvel Comics back in the day. I have read at least, I think, the Thor story from that, and it's going back a ways. And then here we just have the standard cover. Honestly, I'm not a big fan of this cover. It just kind of makes Thor look all dark and evil, but this one is a little better, I think. This looks more like a proper comic book hero cover. So just quickly go over the special features. Here we have disc 1. Well, actually, let's take a look at the innards first. So we have there, and of course an insert. And if we spin this around here, there we go. I think this is much like Iron Man, where we've got the Blu-ray in blue, of course, the DVD in gray, which also includes the digital copy on there, and then here you've just got the insert with instructions on the digital copy. And is that even used? Can that be used still? Yes, it actually doesn't expire until September 2012. Wow, amazing! A digital copy I could conceivably use, but have no use for, so never will. Anyway, disc 1, Blu-ray feature film plus special features. We've got commentary by director Kenneth Branagh. Yeah, I completely missed that until the ending credits roll. It's like, oh my god, Kenneth Branagh directed Thor? How cool is that? The Hamlet guy himself. Or Dr. Frankenstein himself, I always loved Mary Shelley's Frankenstein. Marvel One-Shot, The Consultant. Yeah, that's Marvel One-Shot. Those are the short movies I was talking about. Just like a short, 10-minute movie featuring Agent Coulson. I forget what this one is. Oh yeah, this one actually ties into the scene at the end of the Hulk. So you, or the Incredible Hulk. So you actually find out how and why Tony Stark was sent to meet with General Ross to recruit the Hulk. And it apparently wasn't just to recruit the Hulk. There was other reasons why he was sent. But you'll have to watch the Marvel One-Shot on the Thor Blu-ray to get that. Yeah, so we got 7 featurettes in high def. Road to the Avengers in high def, because of course this and Captain America both came out the same year, so we're getting really close to Avengers time now. 11 deleted scenes in high def and more. And disc 2 is basically just the DVD feature film and digital copy. So what did I think of Thor? Actually, another thing that really surprised me was the screenplay was co-written, the story was co-written by Joe Michael Straczynski of Babylon 5 and Real Ghostbusters and Captain Power and the Soldiers of the Future fame. He didn't write the screenplay, but he did write the story. So you got JMS and Kenneth Branagh. That's some serious pedigree to Thor here. And I thought, what's his face? Sorry, I don't know him because this is the only thing I've ever seen him in. Chris Hemsworth. Yeah, I thought Chris Hemsworth was great as Thor, And I love the fact that this is Thor before he really kind of found his footing as a decent guy, and he's still a bit of a jerk. I like that. And oh my god, the scenes in Asgard. Okay, yeah, it's a CG fest, but it is a spectacular CG fest. Yeah, I kind of regret not getting the 3D version, which, well, I wouldn't be able to watch in 3D anyway because I don't have a 3D TV. But I will eventually, at some point in my life, because I can imagine that looks amazing in 3D. But what did I think of Thor? I thought it was okay. I didn't think it was the strongest of the 5 movies. JMS does have a little cameo in it. He's actually the first one who tries to pull out Thor's hammer, who just kind of drives up in his pickup truck, and he's like, I thought that was kind of funny seeing him in there. And then when I saw that he'd co-written the story, it all kind of made sense. But that's pretty cool. And he's actually written a lot of Thor comic books as well, so it's pretty cool having him on board for that. And I know he's a huge comic book fan himself. But yeah, honestly, the issue I had with Thor was just the story was so damn predictable. And there really wasn't. There was a little bit of emotional weight to it, when Odin is, you think he's dying and stuff like that, and just the whole thing between Thor and Loki, and there was some good stuff going on for sure, and Asgard looking spectacular. I'd really like to see more of Asgard and sort of the Asgardian culture and whatnot there. I think that'd be cool to see in a future movie. But the problem I had with it was just so damn predictable, because Thor is going to realize the error of his ways and become a good guy and become the rightful heir to the throne and blah, 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 blah. Let's just get on with it already. We know that that's going to happen. And we know that when he first tries to pull out the hammer, he's not going to be able to because he hasn't learned his lesson yet. It's like, come on. Anyway, as predictable as it was, there were lots of fun little moments in there, and I thought it was fun. I would watch it again for sure. I mean, it's fucking Thor. Come on. And finally, we have Captain America, the first Avenger. The first Avenger. The first Avenger, which of course directly leads into the Avengers. This one kind of surprised me. I honestly wasn't expecting the entire movie to take place in World War II. Of course, being familiar with the origin story of Captain America, I knew that that's where he began, and that it was going to end up with him being frozen and being thawed out in modern day, and then becoming part of the Avengers. But I didn't realize that the whole movie pretty much was going to take place in World War II, so that was a bit of a surprise. Not entirely unwelcome. I mean, it was, definitely a good time. Loved Hugo Weaving as the Red Skull. I thought he was fantastic. And the Red Skull makeup in this, wow, was that ever good, especially compared to the old one from the early 90s. Just no comparison. This is the frickin' Red Skull brought to life. I mean, just amazing stuff. So in this one we have Disc 1, the Blu-ray feature film plus special features. Another Marvel one-shot with Agent Coulson. A funny thing happened on the way to Thor's hammer, which is hilarious, and you absolutely have to see that. The assembly begins in HD, which is, again, more hype for the Avengers. 6 featurettes in HD, deleted scenes in HD, commentary by director Joe Johnston, director of photography Shelley Johnson, and editor Jeffrey Ford, and more. There's that "and more" again. Yeah, good stuff. I'm a big Chris Evans fan to begin with. Like, I think he was one of the best parts of the Fantastic Four movie, and I thought he was great as Captain America. Kind of fish out of water, and he obviously got in serious shape for this role. I mean, you got to be in shape to play Cap, and I just thought he did a great job. Just a very likable actor, and plays those kind of nice guy, smart alecky roles well. But yeah, it'll be nice to see how he does with the rest of the team in the Avengers. So there you go. I am at long last caught up. Happy now? I know I am. Yeah, I'm probably going to watch all 5 of these all the way through a couple more times before I see the Avengers, because I just had a blast with them. My mom's actually coming out for my birthday next month, and she hasn't seen any of these, so I thought, that'd make a nice little marathon for us. She's a big movie freak too, so I think she would probably enjoy that, because she's, she likes that kind of stuff. Like, she's not as big into comic books, but she does enjoy, superhero movies and things like that, and just the sci-fi type stuff. So, yeah. So anyway, the Marvel movie universe. I'm finally caught up, and I couldn't be happier. It's really good. I can definitely see why you guys and gals have been ranting and raving about these movies for so long, because, well, they're damn good. And this only affirms my hope that Marvel will be able to wrestle the rights of the other Marvel characters away from the other studios like Fox. And I think they're getting Spider-Man back. I think The Amazing Spider-Man is the last one that Sony's going to be doing. And then after that, the rights revert back to Marvel, if what I heard was correct. Which would be great, because it'd be nice to see a Marvel movie universe movie with Spider-Man in it, with references to the other characters. It'd be great. I love what they're doing, because I mean, with the Marvel universe, it's always been all of the superheroes inhabiting the same universe and bumping into each other and crossing over from time to time. That's just what it's all about. I mean, it's the same with the DC universe. It'd be great to see DC do something like that as well. I mean, DC really hasn't done much in the way of live action movies the past few years. It's kind of been other than Green Lantern, most of them have been kind of second seat characters. You haven't really we got the new Superman movie coming out and stuff, which is good. It'd be nice to finally see a new Superman movie. Hope it's better than Superman Returns. But, it would be nice to see some kind of DC Universe thing. I mean, come on, a Justice League movie? How many people would love to see that? Do the same thing. Do like a Superman movie and a Batman movie and everybody else and a Wonder Woman movie and stuff like that. And then do Justice League. Nobody will care if you're copying what Marvel did because it would be freaking awesome. Anyway, at least DC's got the animated movies going quite nicely. And now the Marvel ones are up in the air. I'm hoping that we'll get some more Marvel ones because I'm definitely enjoying the ones I've been checking out. Anyway, we're getting way off topic. I'm just rambling about comic book movies now. Alrighty. Well, I think this is way long enough, so we're going to say goodbye for now. But, I mean, we just talked about 5 movies in 25 minutes, so that's an average of 5 minutes a movie. I think that's not too bad. Alrighty. That is it for me to you for now. So until next time, thanks for watching, and make mine Marvel. Greetings, everyone. Well, I mentioned in my assessment of 2011 / looking ahead at 2012 video recently that one of the things I wanted to do this year was get caught up on a lot of the big notable movies that I've been missing out on for no apparent reason whatsoever other than that I've been capturing. Let's start over.